Joining me now is Congresswoman Madeleine Dean. She is a member of the Judicial and Financial Services Committees. She was also one of the 9 impeachment managers appointed in the wake of the Capitol insurrection. Thank you so much for coming into the studio to have this chat. I appreciate it.
Pleasure to be with you.
What's your reaction learning now that the New York Attorney General is joining the Manhattan DA in a criminal investigation of the Trump Organization?
It's not surprising to me. I think the walls are finally closing in on the truth about the Trump Organization and what has happened. You saw that we in Congress tried to exercise our oversight responsibility into Trump finances, tax returns, appraisals of properties, and those kinds of things. The Trump administration thwarted us at every turn. We're going to see now through the use of the DA and the Attorney General in New York. I commend them, and I hope they get to the truth.
You're having a vote on the January 6th commission, Congress's investigation, or at least potentially to get to the bottom of what happened. This will pass the House, we expect. But right now, the Senate, it's sort of unclear what is going to happen. I want to play what Congressman McCarthy, the House Republican leader, said last night about this commission.
There's already 4 investigations, and now we want to put a political commission to go forward. This is driven solely by politics and Nancy Pelosi, but we should not be a part of that.
Now, more Senate Republicans, it appear, may be agreeing with him on that. What do you think?
You know, Brianna, I was thinking about that when I saw that last night. The most important thing we bring to our public service is our credibility. And sadly, Mr. McCarthy has thrown away his credibility. He's poured it away in buckets. Think about what happened here. His ranking member of the committee, Representative Katko, negotiated in good faith with the blessing of the leadership, the Joint Commission, bipartisan, independent, with equal subpoena power, and Mr. McCarthy suddenly now has turned on that. Why is that? Is he afraid of subpoenas? Is he afraid of the truth? Is that what you think it is?
You think he's afraid of being subpoenaed, that he did speak to Trump that day?
Yes. Think of the other conversations he's likely had with the president. He was able to call him directly. We know from our investigation and from the impeachment trial that he did speak to Mr. Trump and pleaded with him to call off the insurrection. So Mr. McCarthy is showing that he's afraid of subpoenas, he's afraid of the truth, he's poured away his credibility, and he has strangely tethered himself to Mr. Trump, to his failed presidency, to the big lie, and he's falsely leading his members in that same place.
There is I don't want to say a prevailing thought for Republicans, some elected officials, and some voters that the insurrection wasn't really an insurrection or it wasn't really a big deal. You were in the House chamber when rioters nearly made it in. They pierced the window into the door. What do you say to Republicans, including ones who were there with you, who are whitewashing this like it wasn't really a thing?
It's nearly Orwellian. Don't believe your eyes. Don't believe the experience you actually had. I was up in the chamber on the 6th when the rioters pierced that chamber, breaking the glass, banging on the doors, breaking the glass. We were taken out with gas masks on. They were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." This was no Tuesday tour, and I don't understand, frankly, how anyone, Republican or Democrat, could say that this is nothing to see here. Let's just move on. We need this independent commission. It is not a political commission. It is an independent commission. The very seat of our democracy was attacked. Any one of us could have died, and people did die that day. I would think the Republicans would want to get to the bottom of it for the simple reason we're sworn to protect and preserve our democracy. If we don't do that now, we are destined to have that happen again.
Were you afraid for your life that day?
I was. I have to admit, I think your brain tells you, no, I'm certainly in one of the safest places on the planet. But I was telling you that at the time of the banging on the doors, that is what made it very real, and I heard the piercing of the glass. I crouched down, I called my family. I was fearful.
Congresswoman, thank you so much for being with us. Congresswoman Madeleine Dean, we appreciate it.